Hola, buenos días. Soy Nico.
Someone said ask about Rihanna.
And today we're here to start off another wonderful week's worth of content. Well, yes. But before we get started, if you like this kind of content, make sure to follow me at patreon.com/Nicosaesthetics for more exclusive videos, 200 plus to be exact, and to be a part of the weekly live streams where we have multifaceted conversations with a varied panel depending on the week. If that sounds interesting to you, definitely tune in. And last video's comment was essentially saying, DL men are dangerous and the sky is blue. And honestly, I'm starting to realize that you can scream to the top of your lungs until you're blue in the face that you should want to be with somebody who is not only comfortable with themselves, but comfortable being seen with you without being in fear enough to harm you. But, you know, who am I to tell you to want better for yourselves? But now that we've gotten that out of the way, I apologize for the delay, Nico. This time I have a reason. I basically was getting ready to record and edit. I was showering. And the water came out brown, all over my apartment. I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on. So I hit up my landlord, and he basically hit up a plumber and said that when the snow melts, it flushes out the system and brown water comes out. So as you saw, everything in my life froze for a second because I'm like, oh girl, I can't function without water. What do? So we are here. Today we are going to be talking about one of a fan favorite subject, I suppose, Dante the Body. Nico, who is Dante the Body? I've done a couple of videos on him recently prior to his OnlyFans bisexual secret relationship with Ray Potts. I did not know who Dante the Body was. I heard about him when he originally came out about being in a poor mental state because his wife left him over alleged domestic violence. And he was arrested for battery, and then he started hanging out with Ray Potts to make some money, and then he basically fell madly in love with Ray Potts. But when Ray Potts said that, no, use a trick, and I'm actually still continuing to do my OnlyFans, I'm not stopping the bag for a relationship with a man who is still technically married, Dante the Body got upset. So when Ray Potts was getting jumped in Houston, Texas, Dante the Body was in the restroom screaming, no shade, no shade, while he was getting beat up and dragged out of the club. So from there, Ray Potts, Nico, I understand. I understand how, do you understand how tedious this is for me? Anyway, back to the story. From there, Ray Potts came out and outed Dante the Body, basically exposing the DMs on how not only had he been hooking up with Dante the Body for months, but all of the footage that they were recording for their OnlyFans was never published because Dante the Body insisted upon wearing a mask when he was getting his cookies ate out the cookie jar, and that apparently messed up the vibe and aesthetic for Ray Potts, so he never published the content, but they continued to interact with each other off and on camera. I think that's it. Anyway, so he's online being self-hating. Nico, what do you mean? Basically, when he was doing a live stream and a whole purse is falling out of his mouth. What? I understand, and that's my thing. I love femboys. I really do. As you can tell, I use the Butch Queen vernacular. So I have nothing against that, especially with my own voice being in an upper register. It's more so the self-hate that was pouring out of the person in his mouth was what was concerning to me.
Dante, would you consider yourself gay or bi? I consider myself married. And me and my wife knows everything that's going on. And I don't believe in gay marriage. I think that is a catfish. I don't think two men should be married. I don't think two girls should be married. A nigga can't do nothing for me other than get a nut. I don't like men in that way. Can we normalize that? Just because you like to fuck some... People have sex with people all the time and don't want to marry them. Why when I have sex with somebody, it's like, well, what if... It's like y'all trying to gay me. Like, I'm not gay. Like, I've done gay shit. I do gay shit when I feel like it. And that's something I gotta work on too if I'm working on my faith. But it's like, You're gonna fuck somebody and it's like, oh, I don't want to be with them. Why can I go fuck a nigga and not want to be with him? I don't like boys to be in a relationship with. I'm a nigga. I don't trust niggas. I don't trust myself. I'm so glad I'm not a girl. So I'm not romantically attracted to men. I don't even like kissing boys. No, ew. I've always told myself or told people, like my close friends, I be like, you know how girls get drunk and they be doing shit with their friends? I don't even like gay dudes. Like, I feel like if you like more girlier than me, then bitch, ew. Yes. It defeats the purpose. Like, I like women also.
Because he was asked on live stream, are you bisexual? He said, I'm married. I don't view myself as gay or bisexual. I'm married. And my wife knows what I get up to. And my wife is understanding of who I am because I am a married man and my wife comes first, even though I was allegedly cheating on her with multiple men.
Allegedly. The lawyer lady up there in the booth is telling me to say allegedly. But if you go on TMZ.com, you'll see the video footage.
Fast forward, he said, I could never date a man. I don't even think marriage should be possible between a woman and a man because a man can't do nothing for me but get me there. Meanwhile, he had gone viral for crashing out because Ray Potts didn't want a legitimate relationship with him. So now he is backtracking into the cave of homophobia, basically rescinding his bisexuality because he can no longer see a relationship with a man. He can no longer see the validity and the sanctity of marriage between a man and a woman, even though his wife is currently leaving him because he was cheating on her with men secretly and falling in love deeply with a man that is bad crazy. So, where do we go from here? Honestly, I'm not gonna read him too much because the actual information is a read in and of itself. It's a whole ass key that you're coming online and saying you no longer believe that gay people deserve marriage because the one gay boy that you met in Atlanta that you let run in and out of your body did not want to cuff you. You were only a collaboration that was consistently making filming difficult. But now that you've been aired out for begging and pleading for Ray Potts of all people to love you while your wife is leaving you, it's not too hard to see the train of logic. Like, you're honestly not comfortable with yourself. I get that. Because you saying I'm not gay, I'm not bisexual, I'm married, meanwhile multiple men have been in and out of you, allegedly. Some on camera. So I don't have to say allegedly on that. Some are on camera. I don't understand the purpose of it. Because you can't even do the obtuse justification of, let's say, a Flashman Wade, who is a quote-unquote heterosexual man, but panders his content to gay men because no straight woman is really that interested in a backsided man. Well, some are, actually. I know some women that are really into big butts, but it's mostly gay men that are interested in men butt, if I'm being quite honest. But there is a genre for that, but that's not who he's targeting. Point is, I can't even say it's plausible deniability as in, oh, we've never seen it. You said you don't even like kissing men, but you were on a live stream with Ray Potts as he was kissing on you and you was kissing him back. Like, I've done videos on this. You have video proof of you being a bisexual man at most, because the whole domestic violence situation, getting locked up for battery, she takes all the pictures off your pages and suddenly you're going through a mental health moment. Like, girl, you just need to be true with yourself. And I honestly feel like this is a situation of you not being comfortable in your own sexuality and how you present in the world, because hearing the homophobia come out of your mouth while a whole purse was in there filtering it, I didn't get it. Because you was even using slang like no shade. You know, it's just tea. It's just like, girl, I feel like Zendaya in that clip of the challengers, like, what? Like, what are we doing? And I understand this is a defense mechanism, even though the question of are you bisexual isn't necessarily offensive, especially when you're online kissing and being super happy adult fun time connotation with openly gay men. But I really feel like where you dropped the ball before all this happened, because this was inevitable based on your own decisions, you fell in love with a man that is publicly crazy. You fell in love with a man that is publicly crashing out almost bi-weekly, if I'm being honest. I run a channel based around this. Sometimes I choose not to talk about the conversation surrounding Ray Potts just because I know it will be more of a headache in my future, just because he cannot handle people talking about the information that he puts out into the public. But you chose to fall in love with him, have super happy adult fun time with him for months, convey your love to him and say that you saw a future with him, but now that he doesn't want you, he's aired you out for just letting him get beat up in a restroom and screaming no shade. It's you don't believe in the sanctity of marriage between men and women separately, gay relationships. It's an interesting trajectory, but once again, I really feel like this all boils down to you not being comfortable with yourself and falling in love with somebody that you low-key didn't even have no business working with, if I'm being honest. And I never come online and tell people not to work with specific people. Nico, you can, I promise you. Will I judge you based on who you work with? Yes, if you know what they get up to. Because there's no way you Google Ray Potts and none of this information came up. But at the same time, you chose to do it. That would be like if someone in today's climate chose to work with Marco Paris. Nico, who is Marco Paris? White chocolate, wicked to the bone. He came online and said that he was an N-word to the bone as a European white man from Europe with a white Cuban mother, because he said that makes him a person of color. Point is, you choose to affiliate your name and brand with somebody. You can't be upset when it blows up in your face because you knew who this person was. You still chose to play in their face, might I add. Because if somebody had that much information on me, I would not be screaming no shade while they getting jumped, babe. I would be zip-lipped if you're not going to help because you were on the chopping block. And he chopped. Now you chopped. Girl, mince meat, mama. But with that being said, I'm going to leave the conversation up to y'all. How do you feel about bisexual men, especially ones that try to creep back into the closet after they get exposed for some shenanigans, coming out with blatant homophobia and saying that they can no longer see a future with a man because they chose to wife up a crazy man and he didn't choose to wife him back? But with that being said, I'll leave the conversation in your hands and I'll see you guys next time. Boop. And now for a brief yet sincere shout out to this week's third eye tier subscribers, Valerie C and Jermaine W. Thank you once again to everyone who supports the channel, and hopefully we make it to 50K this year. And this week's live stream discussion is going to be a virtual hangout so that we can cool and unwind before the weekend of love. I hope that everybody has a wonderful Valentine's Day and that you are safe this weekend. See you guys next time.